Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be showing y'all the top 5 cars that you definitely would want to own in driving Empire. So, if you're wondering what would I classify as must-own vehicles, I'm just going to take anything that is really practical, that will be used a lot on a day-to-day basis, that's really fun to use, and stuff like that. Just basically lots of things that are just worth the money, worth actually investing into. So I also want to disclaim this is my personal list, so there is a really good chance that your favorite car will not show up in this list. So please just don't be annoying about it in the comments. Start like complaining, saying, "Bro, where's the Bugatti Bolide?" I mean, like it's my list, it's my video. You came here for that, so I'm gonna include entries that I think are most reasonable for this list. And also, to elaborate back on with that, I also want to say there's only 5 cars in this list, so literally not every car you like is gonna make it. So just please expect that, and please be respectful of my opinions and of my tastes. And yeah, I guess without further ado, we're gonna hop right into it. Starting off our list at number 5 is the 150 grand helicopter. So I mean, I don't think you can really argue with me on this one. I mean, the 150 helicopter is clearly 100% worth the money. I mean, like for anybody who plays driving Empire, this is definitely a must buy. And I mean, here are my main reasons for that. I mean, number one, like other than teleportation, flying around is probably like the second fastest method of getting to places in driving Empire. And like I think it's definitely far faster than cars because you could just travel right up terrain without having to really break a sweat. So it is definitely something I did find myself using a lot. And before I like at least got faster cars and before I got the $6 million helicopter. So if you want convenient and quick travel, which is really easy to do, you should just get the helicopter. All you have to do is just hold E and W. You can just fly right over a mountain instead of having to like traverse using your car, going around all the curves and everything. And I mean, it's not even just that. I mean, you can do a lot of other things with the helicopter. I mean, you can like look at the map from a pretty high angle, and you might argue you can do that from a drone mode, but I mean, it's just a lot more satisfying when you're actually in a vehicle looking down, especially in first person. And you probably can find some sort of role plays to do, and you can even like get on top of buildings in pretty high places with ease. So I mean, other than that, I think just the helicopter is a must buy for anybody who plays driving Empire. It is extremely convenient and just somewhat fun to use actually, and it can go up to 137 miles per hour. So it's definitely something you would want to have in mind when investing money in driving Empire. Next up on our list at number 4 is the 2017 Ford GT. So if you watch my video on this car that I released pretty recently, I think you already know where this is going, but for the most part, this car is like one of the most easiest to use cars in driving Empire, and along with how easy it is to use, it is really quick too. It's basically just like an affordable Purse Sport. Actually, well, it is the Purse Sport, but just for 550K, and it's just actually in some ways even better than that. And like, I mean, it's a really nice car. I really have fun using the Ford GT. And I like after I made the video on this car, I found myself like daily driving this very often. So it's something for new players to consider, and even experienced players too, because it's still a really fun car to use. And I even see myself using this car in the circuit sometimes, like over other cars like my Senna GTR, because it's just fun. It's casual. It's not very hard to use, like I said. And along with that, it also has a lot of other perks. Number one, I think this is everything that everyone can mutually agree on. But this car looks so beautiful, and it has lots of really good specking potential. It looks like, I mean, the Ford GT looks really good in almost every spec. I mean, unless you like do something disgusting like purple and green, it's gonna look bad. But for the most part, I mean, it's a pretty nice car, and I really think you should invest in it, especially for 550K. All right, guys. So coming in at number 3 is the Bugatti Chiron, and for anybody who's ever done grind, I think we can all admit that this is an excellent grind car. So I know lots of people might say it's not the fastest. You may as well get the Devo. You may as well get the Bolide. But the thing the Chiron does that makes it such a good car is the fact that it's just so easy and so smooth. I mean, it like a lot of cars like the Devo and the Bolide, like when you drive them, they will literally flip to the slightest bump. And the Chiron, I'm not gonna say it doesn't do that. Like sometimes, once in a while, it might like occasionally flip. But the thing is, this car even after it flips, it still stays on the road. It doesn't just drive right into a wall or something. And like the Chiron is definitely probably the best grind car in this game. Like it might not be the best performance wise, but it's the best to use. Like I think even experienced grinders like my friend Big Boss, he has like 100k miles and he uses this every day. I'm pretty sure anyone who grinds uses the Chiron because it's just so smooth, it's so easy. It hits a really good top speed at 224 miles per hour, and it can use nitro without flipping either. So it's something that's just so convenient, so easy to use. I mean, like on mobile, if you do mobile grinding on the go, this is also a car you can consider. All you have to do is hold your hand down, and it'll dry. Like you don't have to worry about the bumps, you don't have to worry about crashing into a wall, you don't have to worry about the car just turning to the side and nailing itself. Like you can just know that your car will do what you want it to do. It will just drive straight, really smoothly at high speeds. It's an efficient grinding machine, and it's a blast to use. And not only does this car perform well in the most part, but it looks really nice. And like I've already mentioned this like several times, but this is a car I probably would buy anyways, even if it sucked, because it's such a beautiful looking car. I mean, the only reason I didn't buy this in Driving Empire till like right now was because I have an Accelerate, but it's still definitely an interesting car. It looks really nice. It's a car everyone should have when they have a good amount of money. And even if you're thinking about getting the Bolide or whatever, I still recommend you get this in your progression journey because it's just so easy to use. It's a car that you will probably never want to have to sell. So yeah. Alright guys, so at number 2 we have the 2015 Ducati Panigale. So when you see this at number 2, you might be wondering, what the heck is a motorbike doing above grinding and above air transportation or whatever, air travel? Like you might be wondering, what is a motorbike doing here? Like how is this motorbike that you can buy for 36k above all the other vehicles that I just covered in this list? Now, the answer is really simple. Like this thing is probably the most fun vehicle to drive in Driving Empire. I think my personal opinion is that this is the most fun vehicle to drive. I mean, there might be other opinions out there, but actually, I think this is actually the funnest vehicle to drive, and it just it's just for many reasons. Like number one, it is the only vehicle that is a motorbike in this game, and this vehicle has really unique handling, and along with that unique handling, this thing has potential to pull off really cool stunts. Like I legit pulled off several backflips with this thing once. You can actually even control the backflip, so it's not like it just randomly happened. Like that's the best part about it. And you can do 360s, you can do lots and lots of things. I even have a whole video based off stunts you can do, and I'll probably have this in the top corner somewhere. You can click it if you want to right now. But anyways, the Ducati, it's such a great vehicle. Like when I initially found out about how cool it was, I actually like just used it for several days nonstop. Like it was just that fun. Like the main reason I don't use it to this day is actually just because it doesn't really make that much money, and that is the primary and main reason why it's not a number one. Like if it made money and if this could go at like 300 miles per hour or something, then it would be an easy number one. But anyway, I mean the main reason this thing is at number one or at number two is because it's so fun. Like it is something that you will buy and not regret. And it's only 36k. I don't know if it's 36k, but it's a bit over 30k, and just something that you will not regret buying. Like 30k for something that you'll be using almost every single day. And like it even comes with really good specking potential. So it's just something that you really should consider buying if you haven't already. Alright guys, so at number 1 we have the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ63. And I think this is a car that literally everybody has probably been expecting and waiting for. So basically, if you're not familiar with how glorious this car is, I'm going to catch you up on that right now. So in Driving Empire, if I were to rate probably the most best value for money car in game, the SVJ63 would be at number 1 without any hesitation. So if you didn't know, the SVJ63 is probably one of the best circuit cars in game. It might even be the best circuit car in game. It is one of the best mountain dash cars in game. It is one of the best looking cars in game, and I don't think that's even an opinion at this point. Like you can just take a look at it and just accept that it's just beautiful, and it is one of the most fun cars to drive in game. Like after the release of this car, I drove this a lot, and I will say I really enjoyed it. So for the most part, it's just such a good car. Like literally, almost nothing can beat it. I mean, like, the only thing that could probably beat it is the Bolide, and that thing costs 25 times more expensive, even more than 25 times, actually. I'm just exaggerating. I'm actually just, putting an estimate out there. And, like, the only flaw with the SVJ63 is that it's really, really hard to use. But other than that, the fact that it's hard to use, it's an excellent car. Anyone who plays Driving Empire should have this car. It's excellent. It's so good. Like, there is no saying no to it. It's so fast and so quick, and just it's such a good car. And like, you can even spec it and personalize it extremely well. Like, the specs, like, you get like so much variety and personalization in this car. Just something that you should buy. Like, it is a must buy in Driving Empire, without a doubt. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Please make sure that you drop a like if you haven't already. Make sure you subscribe if you're trying to hit 4K subs at the point of this video. I do also want to say, though, thanks for taking me to 3K subs. It's a goal I never would have thought I'd reach, and like even 1K subs. So I'm just really grateful. I really appreciate your all support to 3K subs. Like, I think like 3K subs is probably like the point where like you would get considered as a popular YouTuber. So I mean, that's really awesome, and like I said, thank you for that support. And I do want to say, if you did really enjoy this video, please make sure to drop a like. I will make a part 2 to this. I mean, it really depends. Like, I think this video might possibly become outdated, but we'll see about that. But anyways, make sure you join the Discord server if you haven't already, because get to meet the WTJC gaming community. It's just a group of noobs, and you can say hi, and it's pretty nice. We're very welcoming, so make sure you consider doing that. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. Bye.